Hello people of the internet. Well, I have managed to dig out not quite all of my Derwent pencils, but most of them. I have not pulled out the Inktense or the watercolour because I just wanted to test the best oil wax based pencils for adult colouring. So here I have the Drawing and the Graphitints, my very old set of artist pencils, the Coloursoft, the Chromaflow, the Pro Colour and the Lightfast. And the reason why I'm doing this is because yesterday I made a video trying to decide whether I need to splash the cash on the new 72 set of the drawing pencils that are coming out. Now bearing in mind, as you can see, I have a lot of the Derwent pencils already. So do I actually need to spend 175 or 150 or whatever they'll come down to pounds on more Derwent pencils? Because surely, for whatever I use pencils for, I have enough here, all the different types. And what I will try to do is put on the screen as I try each one what their features are, like oil, wax, 5mm, 3mm, whatever kind of thing. So I don't know where to start. I'm going to use the same 4 colouring books as I always use when I am doing pencil tests for colouring books, which are A Million Sloths by Lulu Mayo, a Jade Summer book printed on Amazon printed paper, you know, Amazon paper, a Rita Berman, because I like the paper in Rita Berman books, it's quite nice for pencils, and a Johanna Basford book because it's very slick, but Johanna Basford colouring books are the most bought colouring books out there. So let me make a bit of space. Maybe I'll start alphabetically. What's alphabetically? Chromaflow artists. Oh, you will laugh at how old my artists are though, but hey, let's start. Let's move these out of the way, give myself some space and start. I'm looking forward to this. Right, you know what I think I'm actually going to do? I think I'm actually just going to pull out 2 or 3 pencils from each set, like at the same sort of colour range, like a greeny colour range or something like that, so we can do some flowers or whatever. Then we've got the same feel of all the pens. Now mine, these are really old. These are really old. These came out of my mum's loft and I used to have them when I was a child. They're so old, they still say Rexall, Cumberland, made in Great Britain, Derwent artist pencils. So, but I do have here in my pencil museum mug, oh sorry, pencil factory in Keswick mug, I do have some artists, some of the newer ones. So let's have a look. What have I got? I've got cedar green, light moss and olive green. I think I've got similar colours in this very old set. I've got olive green. Oh, look at that. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? Wonder how similar these really old ones is. We're not doing that in this video. What's this one? Grass green. And what's this one? Emerald green. So I think what I would do, if you was to go and buy artists now, you would get these. Oh, that's a Pro Colour. So I can't use my really old set, but I can use these. I've got olive green, cedar green, and that's an old one. Okay, that's a new one. May green. Alright, so they are the artist pencils I'm going to use, and on the screen now it will tell you what the features, components, settings are for artist pencils. Okay, so there's them 3. Next up is the Chromaflow. These were given to me by the lovely Beth. Let's have a look at the Chromaflow pencils. Let's see if I can pick similar colours. I wonder if they've got same colours. Leaf green, pickle, key lime, light olive. I'm going to turn the camera off and pick the colours because you don't want to watch me doing this. Okay, so what I have done is I have picked some colours that semi-match the colours. So to go with the Derwent Artist Cedar Green, I have picked the light olive. I know, strange, isn't it? And I will just show the difference here, because you can see that the Chroma Flow are a much narrower pencil. See if I can make that show so you can see that they're... I will put on the screen the statistics so you can see that this is a narrower pen. If you can hear a helicopter outside, that's because there's a helicopter going around. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it. And also, if you look at the tip of the pencil, the Chroma Flow, look at that tip. Look at that splitty tippiness. So they are a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, neither of these have got the most balanced looking tip. Look at this artist pencil, look. You can see where that tip doesn't look like it's centered, where the wood is down on one side. But yeah, so the Chroma Flow are a much cheaper, lower end, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, pencil. And then I've picked one to match the other two greens as well, okay? And the colours, look, this is the interesting thing, right? One of these is May green and one of these is key lime. So if you look at the tips, so that's May green and this is key lime. So they're not dissimilar, but look at the ends. I would say the Chroma Flow ends match the tips much. The Chroma Flow dipped ends match the pencil colour that actually comes out better than the artist's. So just in case you're interested in that. And then the other one that I picked to go with olive green, I picked Lincoln green because they looked the most similar. So that's the Chroma Flow. I will have, when the colouring starts, chaptered so you can skip through it. So let's put that on the floor. And then the Colour Soft. Ooh, these are a thick pencil, a girthy pencil. Statistics for the Colour Soft are on the screen. And let me pick, this is a 72 set. I think they only come into a 72 set. I wonder if any of them have got the same name. Lime green. Key lime pie. Let's have a look. Possibly. Probably the nearest one we're going to get, so we'll have that. And olive green. What are these ones called? Olive green or Lincoln green. It's a very dull green. We've got mid green, green, dark green. Lincoln green. Ah, Lincoln green, the same colour as Chroma Flow. Nice. Okay. We will do that properly in a minute, and I've just got to pick one for the last one, so I'll be back after I've done that. So this is interesting with the Colour Soft, which is a set of 72. I think that's the highest number that they have, right? There isn't this colour here in Artist, Cedar Green, which is like an olive green, which in Chroma Flow is called light olive. It's not, I mean, not called, but they're similar. You can see there's that similarity to them two colours. There isn't one green like this in the Colour Soft. Interesting to know if you like these sort of muted colours. So I can't pick a Colour Soft for that one. There's not even one even remotely similar to it. It's like I compared the tips, and tip wise dark green looked the most similar, but dark green, when I put it down, look at that, that's like teal. That is absolutely nothing like the tip whatsoever. So for the for the Colour Soft, there will be only two in the competition. You can tell how old my pencils are because I have all the old liveries and tins. Next up, Light Fast. Now there's 100 of these, so I'm very much hopeful that we will have a couple of matching greens at least. Grass green light, Right, different names are they? Let's see what's on this page. Oh, we've got Olive Earth. What's this one here? Ivy. Right, I'm going to have to pick because the names are totally different again. So let me pick and I'll come back. This is much harder. This is much harder than I thought. I am struggling. Even though there's 100 colours in the Light Fast, to find a colour match for... Well, there's absolutely no colour match for this. Like limey colour green. So this colour here. There's no match for that at all. That light colour. Then in the olive colour, there's sort of two. There's one called, there's not one called Olive. There's one called Olive Earth, which is a bit too dark, and then this one called Ivy, which I think is the nearest one to the olives there. And then this colour, which is like a moss colour. Got that in those two colours. This wasn't the bit that I thought would take the longest on this video. I'm struggling to find a match for that one too. So yeah, not as easy as I thought this, considering how many pencils I have here. But we'll get somewhere. Let's try this lichen green. See, that's very brown. That's not right. Seaweed maybe? Nope. Oh, look at that. That doesn't even look green. Olive Earth, when we tried that, it's not right. It's not right. Did I do this one already? I did. I've even tried grabbing the tip and matching and going along and seeing which one matches the best. So this one is similar, but it looks to me, no, we're only going to have two. Oh, one more there. Look, let's have a look at that. Nope. Look. We're only going to have two from the Light Fast range in the competition. Okay, next is Pro Colour, professional quality. The statistics, vital statistics of the Colour Soft will be up on the screen now. These are a thicker pencil. Seems to be quite sturdy looking. Hopeful that we'll have oh, cedar green. Cedar green. One of these is cedar green. Woo woo. Is it going to be the same colour? Which one's cedar green? This one. Cedar green and cedar green. Woohoo! And then what else we've got? Mineral green, olive green. Oh, is this going to be an olive? A bit lighter than the others. Is there a dark olive? Moss green and foliage. Let's have a quick look at moss green. No. That's too light. I'll be back. Okay, I've picked from the Pro Colour. So we've got four now, four different sets. Artists, Colour Soft, Light Fast, Pro Colour and Chroma Flow. We've got 5 different sets. Now, the drawing pencils, I have only got the small set because the big set's not out yet, and comes out on the 1st of October, and that's why I'm doing these videos, to try and determine whether I need them. So what is the greenish one we have in here? We've got Crag Green. Okay, Crag Green is very similar. Oh yeah, Crag Green is very similar to, I must admit as well, when I just put that down and playing with all the others, that felt really creamy and smooth. Maybe I have underestimated them, but that is very similar to the licheny one that we're doing, isn't it? This one? Yes. Is it that one? Yes, okay. Right, so we've got one to match up. I don't have any other greens that I think will, unless this is an olivey green. Oh, Olive Earth. Well, it will do. It will do as a, I mean, it's a bit darker and a bit earthier, but I'll stick that with the olives. It'll give us something to play with. I know I won't get a match for this limey green in the drawing, but Did I miss such a colour in the Pro colour? Let's have just another quick look. No, there really isn't any Chromaflow and Colour Soft. Definitely have that brighter green, and that's this yellowy green here. It's called Lime. Let's try this. We'll stick that in. We've got to have a few of them. Right. Righto. Now, I am not going to pick from the Graphitin, because if you know anything about the Graphitin, number one, they're water-soluble tinted graphite, so they're not really a colouring pencil. They are very pretty, aren't they? Let's have a look at what they feel like. Actually, shall I throw one in for a laugh? Because that really does match that colour quite well. Enough for me to give it a play with. These are water soluble, and I did say I wasn't going to include any water soluble ones. You know what? I'm going to chuck one in just for the fun of it. I'll stick it with the olives. The details of these pencils are on the screen as well now, but we'll just throw one in just for the fun of it. Right, let's get the colouring books out. Right, where should we start? Let's start with the Amazon, because it's easier. And we've got green, so that's going to be good. Where's the test page I was using previously? This one. So we can do this bottom bit, or we can do some leaves, because we're going to have 4 different colour pencils. And none of the colours that I've picked really blend, so will I try to blend? I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the stripes of these leaves in the different pencils and see what they feel like. And I'm going to start alphabetically. So Artist, Chroma, Colour Soft, Pro Colour, oh no, Drawing, Graphitin, Pro Colour. Here we go. Artists first. Let's bring you down. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, well, we'll do 2 different leaves anyway. So, oh, I need to sharpen them all as well. I know that people moan when I don't sharpen them. So, I'm going to turn the camera off as I sharpen them, but know that I am sharpening them all. Alright, that was really difficult to... I was using all the same sharper, the Dial, whatever it is, sharpener. It's linked down below if you're interested. And the Chromaflow was really difficult to sharpen. It's like it didn't want to fit in. But it's sharpened there. Right, and we're starting with the Artist. I don't know whether it's because it's a thinner pencil. So we're starting with the Artist in an Amazon colouring book. Right. So the pencil feels really firm. But it does actually lay down quite nice. Have I got an Artist in a different colour? It feels very firm. Actually, it blends quite nice, doesn't it? Quite nice. Next, Chromaflow. Okay, this feels like it's got less pigment in it. So it's not going down like as... Just feels like it's got less pigment in it, really. Feels like it's got more wax, more binders and less pigment. But actually not blending too badly, is it? Just put the darker one at the bottom there. Feels much thinner in your hand. You really feel the difference. If you're used to the girthiness of a Derwent, it's getting bits. Right, I've mixed these 2 up now. And then next, Colour Soft. We don't have a Colour Soft to blend with this Colour Soft. Interesting. doesn't feel much different. I think the chroma flow felt better. We need to start marking these as well, so we know what's what. Let me get a pen. So, top one was artist. Boop. And then this was chroma flow. This is colour soft. Colour soft spelt with a U, like in the British way, or did they spell it the American way? I'll be disappointed if they did spell it with a U. Well done, Derwent. I was going to be disappointed if they spelled it the American way. Okay, that's colour soft. The drawing pencil, the pencil of the hour. Now, these do feel dry to me. Do I have another one that I can blend with it? Not really. I don't have enough colours. Oops, sorry. These two. Okay, that's the colours. That's thingy. Now we're going to go on to the. Oops, let's put the right in. Let's put that is the drawing. Pick another leaf. Go down here and say that this is the graphy tint. Oh, that feels nice. That has got a lot of pigment in that. Wow, weren't expecting that. But these are water solid. Whoops. I can't see what I'm doing. Camera's in the way. Oh yeah, it looks really bitty on camera. You feel like you really do need to just realised I haven't got a light fast in this colour. We'll have to do light fast in this colour then. Light fast, different colour. That's so interesting. Almost looks like I did that deliberately, which I did not, but that light fast and that graphy tint feel very similar and look very similar. They look very pigmenty, like they haven't got as much wax or oil in them, so they're like more like feel like more pure pigmenty, but also because they're sort of like not very bindery, you get these white bits on them, which is interesting. And then finally the Pro colour, which sharpened the best, by the way. Not sure this colour will match. Okay, this pencil feels the hardest pencil, even harder than the artist. Have I got a blendy one to go with this? Possibly. Not really, that colour does not match at all. Right, so far, though that was hard to get down, I think it looks better than the light fast or the graphic tint. And then up here, I think I prefer the colour soft and the chroma flow. But let's do it in another pencil. This was just in the Amazon book. They look quite smooth, don't they? They feel quite, yeah, you can see where I push a little bit hard. I'm a bit heavy-handed. Maybe they better if you're a blender. Right, let's do Rita Berman next. Lovely paper, lovely Rita. Let's do these. Let's do these leaves here. Okay. So here we go. Now the alphabeticals all got mixed up, but we are going to go with artists first. Zoom it down a bit. Okay, good. Oh, these feel nice. These feel nice on here. It has that tiny bit of tooth. Different colours. Just seeing what they felt like different. want to get my head right under. But I can't, because I'll get in the way of the camera. I can see on the camera that I'm missing bits. I reckon these would be really good if you're a light hand, layer. Because they do seem to blend quite nicely. Right, what's next? Colour Soft. Colour Soft. Let's do this one here. Actually, I don't want to write on this one though. Just showing that these are the Colour Soft. Okay, I prefer these to the artists on this paper. This actually went down really nicely for my type of colouring, which is sort of like slop slop it on. I prefer that than that. What's the next? Chroma Flow, the thinnest of them. Let's do this here. Okay, this feels quite firm on this paper. Hard work feeling. Much preferred the Colour Soft so far. Let's grab this other colour. Yeah. That's the Chroma Flow. Chroma Flow Colour Soft Artists. Derwent Drawing. They do go down really nice, like less pencil looking. Oh, am I convincing myself? I've had some lovely comments from some people. A lovely Wendy from Wendy's Colouring. She talked about how she used them in my other video. And there was another lady, I think Lisa, an artist, who said that she uses them and how they use them. Really good information. Let's blend the darker colouring up there. Oh, this is nice, isn't it? But it would have been I just did the wrong pencil. I just did a light fast in there. Let's do a very crumbly. Okay, so that's them. So Artists, Colour Soft, Chroma Flow, Drawing Pencil, Pro Colour next. We could do Graph Tint next. We've got Pro Colour and Graph Tint. Graphy Tint. Let's do Graphy Tint down here. These go down really pigmented, as though they've got a lot of pigment in them. But it does feel like you want to splash them with some water and, you know, make the most of them. Just wanted to bring them into the equation to see what they felt like. But look, you can tell that needs to be blended with water. And then we'll do Pro Colour. Which one am I enjoying the most so far? It's just so interesting because it's not the Pro Colour, it's not these. I mean, they're probably pro colour because you're supposed to blend them and do a light hand and layer and layer and layer, which I don't do. The reason why I'm not getting very close to the edge is because I can't get down low enough. I have to get under the camera because I'm short-sighted. I have to get my head under the camera to see what I'm doing, and I cannot do that when I've got a camera there. I think so far I have enjoyed the Colour Soft the most. Let me just grab the Colour Soft again. That's that one. And do this, just this little one here. Oops. No, it wasn't the Colour Soft. Maybe it was the Chroma Flow. They are very pencil-y looking, aren't they? That's going to sound funny, but you know when you get the white bits, I really like when you get the smooth. This one doesn't look too bad actually, does it? What was that one? That was the Pro Colour. Huh, how weird. From a distance the Pro Colour looks better, looks smoother. Right, that was in Rita Berman's colouring book. To get my pencils all sorted back out again because I'd mixed them all up. Right, Million Sloths. Smoothish paper, something with leaves on it. We could do these little leaves here, couldn't we? There's 5 there. I've done pencil tests on this page before, so this is interesting. Right, we're starting with the artists. The artists. Right, on this paper, it feels really hard, but I think, you know, when I do this, I think these are well based. Are they all based? Whatever these are, they feel like, you know, like polychromos. They feel like polychromos, that sort of hardness. But they blend really nicely. They don't leave, I think, but you can feel the firmness in them. Okay, so that was the artists. Chroma Flow next. Okay, this does not feel good on here. Again, it feels really like if I do no pressure, nothing comes out. So it would be many layers kind of colouring. So I have to give it a little bit of worry to get something out of it, and then let's get something that we can blend with it. They ended up looking roughly the same. That's really interesting. Artists, Chroma Flow. Next, Colour Soft. And this one. This one feels slippier, less grippy, as though it's giving me less. Maybe more waxy. I feel like less pigment has come out. Interesting. Drawing. Gets a big one. doesn't feel like this pencil likes this paper. Feels like nothing's sticking. Is this the right colour? Which one was this? Craig green, yeah. Proves how much different papers do different things. Right, Pro Colour. Oh, we do Graphitint next, don't we? Haven't we done 4? I'm going to leave Graphitint. I might do it in the end, but I want Pro Colour here next. Like, these feel really firm, really hard. Harder than even the artist, to be fair. That's really interesting. Don't like these. My least favourite seems to be the Pro Colour. Well, on this page anyway. Let's do this Graphitint. Oh, and we haven't had Lightfast yet. Why have I only got one Lightfast? Could I only find one Lightfast in a decent green? I'll have to go back and watch the video. Let's do Lightfast. Let's do 2 more leaves down here. Lightfast Graphitint. What are these? Are these oil based? Don't like these. I mean, they're very pigmented. It feels really pigmented. It feels... These ones you have to put a bit of effort in and they feel like they've got less pigment, more binder. And this one feels like a stick of pigment barely being held together with binder. But for colouring, I don't want that. I want something a little bit... What do I want? Something with a little bit of translucentness in it, binderiness in it, blendability in it. I can't see what I'd blend with that. I mean, it don't... There's the Graphitint, the one that you had with water. Where's the dark drawing one? Just try to stick that with that as well. It's going to be a different colour, I think. No, that's very similar, isn't it? I need to sharpen it though. Look, it's gone very dull. Oof. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, and there goes the lid. They're so soft. It doesn't feel like you can put any... I mean, I don't think they're for me. I don't think I'm going to need them. They're so dusty. Can you see the dust? Look. I mean, to be fair, you can see there's less binder in it, because you see how they've sort of got a waxy finish on the blue line. That was the Lightfast. This was the Graphitint, and then this is the Derwent Drawing Pen. So it's almost like the drawing pencil. It's almost like the drawing pencils have got more, well, less binder in them, really. Let's do one more back down there. Let's do, which was my favourite. What have I got? An artist pencil? Let's do an artist pencil next to it. Okay, this. So interesting. It really is going to be based on what you like the best, you know, because they go down smooth like butter. I wouldn't call them creamy because they're more like crumbly. They're more like pastels. It's like they've just got less binder in them. And then when you put this down, this feels like hard work. This is a Derwent artist pencil. And you can see, less pigmented. What do I need? Right, let's do Johanna Basford. I'm not sure I'm going to get any answers. Right, let's find a leafy page, which should be very easy in Johanna Basford. Are they leaves or are they flowers? Yeah. I'll do one of these. Got to have sort of like, got to have a fairly big lump to fit the pens in. Right, where do we start? We start with the artist. I've mixed them all up again. Artists. Keeps the point really well, the artist, so I'm going to have to resharpen that one. I'm just going to do one segment, I think. This is hard on this. I mean, I know you're supposed to do the gentle layers and build it up, but that I'm not that type of colourist, but it does look like if you do that, you get a lovely finish. Bear in mind, all of this is my opinion. It's what ones I prefer colouring from my type of colouring. But hopefully anyone watching, you know, you can sort of judge based on what you like to do. That went down quite nice. Right, Chroma Flow. Oh. Less pigment. Give it a bit of welly. Yeah, right. Both feel hard, both feel firm on this paper. The artist, I feel, performed better. More expensive pencil though. Next, Colour Soft. Right, softer pencil. Easier to lay down. I don't think you could do as much detail with it. It's like I've just given that a sharpen to get a better point on it, so I can get into the. I don't think you could do much layering. Oh, it does go down nice though when it's nice and sharp. Oh yeah, that looks nice. That's my type of colouring. That's the type of colouring that I like. A really nice, smooth, dense, deep, like I've coloured in alcohol markers, finished. Look at that. Colour Soft. Right, next up, drawing. Yeah, hard to get down this. These two feel similar. It's this paper, remember, different on each paper. Can layer it more though. Could not layer the Colour Soft. The Colour Soft was like one and done. But it has gone down very nicely. I think Wendy said that she layers it on top and gives everything a nice finish, and I can sort of see that. Sort of see that would work. Still loving the Colour Soft the way that went down. So what have we done? We've done Chroma Flow. That was Artist, Chroma Flow, Colour Soft, Drawing. We want Light Fast next, and then Pro Colour. It's a totally different green, unfortunately. Right, you can see much more pigmented. You're getting that pencil look though, but that's first layer, isn't it? So we'll do second layer. Is it going to fill in? All the white bits, which is how I like it. I like smooth. I don't like to spend a lot of time blending. I mean, that is really pigmented, them pencils. I'm favouring the colour softs at the moment still. And then let's do the Pro Colours. That also needs a sharpen. This is the Pro Colour. This is an interesting one. If I'm light with it, it feels squeaky. It feels squeaky on that paper. It feels like I'd have to be really light with it. So on this paper, I 100% preferred the colour soft. They just went down nicer. That's that kind of look that I like, that smooth look. That I did like fast, didn't I? Yeah, that was that one. Okay. Ooh, this is hard because I've got to do a conclusion now. What would my conclusion be? I don't think I need the drawing pencils big set, because right, this is going to be me really being really honest. Out of all of these pencils that I've used, none of them were my favourites. I mean, I might be cheap, but I really like my black barreled Brute Funas and my Faber-Castell Polychromos and my Holbeins. They're my favourite pencils. These, none of these have like gone down how I like pencils to go down. The Colour Soft have been the best for me, I think. Go over that again. But you know, like Wendy says, Wendy, I'm going to read her comment because her comment was fantastic. There's two comments I'm going to read. Okay, this is what Wendy said, right? Wendy said, I love the drawing pencils. The 24 set are out permanently on my desk. I use them with so many other pencil sets. I always use them on portrait pages. I never colour portrait pages. And over the top of my luminance. They are great at flattening and evening out a skin tone. They are lovely for brick and stone sections on pages, but for any natural page, their colour palette works so well and is so different. Light fast, however, not so much. I don't enjoy the texture or feel, which is what I sort of feel as well. And I'm thinking the 72 drawing set will replace my light fast in my main pencil case, as I'll know I'll use them more. I always prefer wax-based pencils. Polychromos and Pablos are not my favourite. Now, interestingly, Polychromos are my favourites. This proves that everyone's different. And honestly, I don't know why I keep them. I think these are great for colourists, but only if you know if they suit your colouring style, which I'm not sure they do. I will be getting these, although I might wait to see how the prices go. Yeah, me too if I do decide to get them. And then the other comment that was really great, really a lot of information in it, was by Lucy, not Lisa, sorry Lucy for calling you Lisa earlier. It says, I love the Derwent drawing line. They are one of my favourite lines because of their thickness and softness. I've ordered mine already. My 24 set is mostly down to tiny stubs. 20 of them don't even fit in pencil extenders anymore, and the remaining 4 are down to 1/3 of their original size. As much as I love the fact that the possibility of buying many brands open stock exists, I could only buy the pencils I want. I do admit that can be a hassle sometimes. And she goes on about the rumours. And it says, I admit that I tried the Derwent Artist and I didn't like them when I tried them, but Drawing and Lightfast are really incredible pencils. That's so interesting. Then she said, however, I try not to use them too much in my colouring books, because she does art as well, because many of my books are too smooth. And that's pretty much the case with all the pencils, and I prefer to use them on a more toothy paper. That being said, when I purchase PDF illustrations and print them to colour on, I use Nina Bristol vellum or lightweight watercolour. And when I do that, I definitely use my Derwent drawing for colouring on those. So that's really interesting, isn't it? Because I only colour, I don't print PDFs. I don't have any fancy Bristol vellum paper. I only really colour in colouring books with smooth paper. And So this is good, because this is sort of making my conclusion. Out of all of the Derwent pencils that I have, my favourites have been the Colour Soft. There was definitely my favourites there in the Johanna Basford book. I didn't mind how the Derwent drawing went down, but I preferred the Colour Soft for me. Let's have a look in the Million Sloths again. It's the problem when I do these things. Yeah, all of those came out quite nice in here, because there is a tiny little bit of tooth on this. And you can see the artists and the Colour Soft sort of went down similar. The Chroma Float felt more waxy. Rita Berman I've forgotten already. I'll have to rewind it myself to have a look. I can't remember which picture we coloured, or had a little colour of. Oh yeah, it was this one. Ha! I'm going to try. Where's me? I've got too many pencils, that's the problem. Just doing a bit of Chroma Flow, Colour Soft in here again. I remember when my husband bought me the Colour Softs. I find Prismacolor, for example, too soft. They're too squishy. And I found these to be sort of like just right in between, sort of not as hard as Polychromos and not as soft as Prismacolor. Yeah, I think I prefer a Colour Soft best. So for me, I'm going to finish that bottom bit in Pro Colour. Yeah, I don't like the Pro Colour. Let's get the Chroma Flow. Yeah, Colour Soft. Colour Soft. Colour Soft for me. So far in all 3 books that I've got here, the Colour Soft is the one that I prefer. Don't know what you're going to prefer. And I think that means, for the time being, I'm not going to buy the Derwent Drawing Pencils. I mean, like I say, I have lots of pencils, and out of all the pencils that I have, none of the Derwent ones are my favourite, but I am enjoying these now I've given them a play. Might get these back out, put them into circulation. That's quite nice. Which was the one that had the most colours that I liked? Did the Colour Soft have a... Yes, it did. It had a lime green, because only 3 of them had a lime green colour. I'm rambling now. But I just want to... Yeah, only 3 of them had a real lime green. Can we do lime green thingies? Probably not. What are these things called? Bulrushes. What can we do lime green? We could do some of these little... whatever they are. Okay, and then Pro Colour. Oh yeah, it feels harder. And then Chroma Flow. So, in order, that's not too bad. In order, I like Colour Soft and Chroma Flow best for colouring. Boom! There's my answer. There's my answer. I've actually really enjoyed doing this. Really enjoyed playing with the pencils. Really enjoyed finally deciding, seeing which ones I like. That was fun. So, thank you very much for watching, people of the internet. I hope you found this useful. I don't know whether you did. If you are a collector, you'll probably still go out and buy the pencils. I am trying to be good and make a considered decision before I just run out and buy another set of pencils. You've seen how many pencils I've got, and these are just the Derwent ones. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!